I found a niche that seems to be blowing up on YouTube because it's based on a topic that is really trending right now. Small faceless channels are getting a lot of views. And so this new faceless channel here that's taking off started with just one question. Who actually dies in Stranger Things 5? And from that one theory, in under 24 hours, this short did over 4,000 views on a brand new channel. So let me just show you exactly how that happened from start to finish of how one Stranger Things theory went from messy Reddit notes and comment section to a Stranger Things script to an actual YouTube short that is performing really well. And so if you've got one good idea and zero clue what to do with it, I feel like this is how you stretch that idea into an entire faceless channel. You know how some people deal with stress by meditating or going for walks? Yeah, I was really looking forward to this new season being a kid from the 80s. So I was looking for theories at 1 a.m. upside down time. You probably didn't catch that. So when doing my research, Reddit threads, YouTube shorts, edits, looking like people writing full university essays on about why Steve Harrington or 11 absolutely cannot die, I noticed that one question just kept coming back in different words and in different places. And that is when it clicked. I didn't start with, I'm going to build a Stranger Things faceless channel. I started with, okay, this question seems to really bother fans, at least their YouTube viewing time. And so I wasn't looking for 10 ideas from the beginning, just one to start with, like a main idea. For me, the main idea was who will die in Stranger Things 5 for the ending to feel like I got my $12 monthly subscription worth. From what I've seen is that if your idea makes people argue with each other, then it must be a pretty good idea. So I stopped scrolling and started building. Let me show you the exact research process, the approach I took, step by step. First stop is Google and Reddit. So I took it to Google searching for stuff like Stranger Things 5. And of course, death predictions popped up, which was a good sign. An even better sign was that there were a lot of Google questions around those death predictions. Then I went over to Reddit, where I was almost sure I was going to have some discussions about this where I could get further ideas for this video. Went to r/Stranger Things and type in every character prediction phrase I can think of. Well, there were more here than I thought. All of those theories that resulted in long replies and keyboard fights, I made sure to make note of those because those are going into my video. Once I got the details and theories I needed from Google and Reddit, I headed over to YouTube. I searched for videos based on specific character death prediction theories that I found. And the idea here was in no means of copying those videos, but to see what's working right now. Finally, all of this chaos goes into one Google Doc that I mentioned just now, one document. And this thing is not pretty, but it's structured somewhat. I'll be using this to plug into ChatGPT, but I'll do that in a minute. Let's finish off this part with the information that I save in this Google Doc. In there, I dropped 10 ideas like each theory, the top 5 most likely to die, supporting scenes, possible twists. And just to be clear, I wasn't coming up with that information. That is simply what I just grabbed from those different sites, Google, Reddit, and YouTube. The specific information, the text from those videos, I just simply grabbed by looking at the transcript from the YouTube video. Now that I had that, I could start actually putting together the video. And here's how. Now I could open up a blank document while looking at those ideas and just start typing. But that might take so long that this season finale might reach and then this video idea might no longer be relevant, since there would be nothing to predict anymore. This is where I headed over to ChatGPT. I copied all of the text from that document. I told ChatGPT something along the lines of, create an engaging YouTube Shorts script based on the title idea, Stranger Things 5 Heartbreaking Death Predictions. I tied in my research to customize the content for the script by copying the content from the document and pasting it after the command, where I said, make the script based on the following details and approach. And at this point, I just pasted the details and then let AI do all of the hard work for me. The script that came out, I thought it was pretty good. More or less what I was looking for, except for one thing. The hook, the beginning. I felt like it could have sparked curiosity, so I told ChatGPT to make a better hook. And it did, which was way better. I went through the rest of the script, which wasn't much since it was for a YouTube short. Modified some of the lines, removed some closer to the ending, and added 1 or 2 useful lines. I feel like I was able to do that on my own because I recently binge watched the last season. But it's not necessary because the information or analysis on these theories could be found online. Anyway, that's it for the writing side. The next thing was the voiceover. I could have used my voice like I've done in the past and like I'm doing right now, but I don't know if it's suitable for Stranger Things. I mean, I know it's kind of strange, but AI could be stranger. I used a tool that I haven't used in a while for AI voiceovers, and it clearly got some updates because I could hear the improvements in the intonations and overall tones. It's called Speechello, so feel free to check it out for yourself. It's one of the links in the description below. In one shot, I copied the script and pasted it into Speechello and hit generate.
Is not making it out of season 5.
I was happy with it right out of the gate. So I saved that and moved on to the tricky part. To get all of the exact clips I needed for the video, I needed just two free apps, YouTube and CapCut. And well, ChatGPT. I guess it's three, but it could be two. Let's say you just binge watched a season like I just did. You'll know exactly where to find any of the scenes from any episode, but you still need a whole lot more time on your hands for that one. So either way, I still ended up using ChatGPT. Here's exactly what I did. I pasted the script into ChatGPT and told it that I was trying to find supporting clips for this and to analyze each line and tell me the episode and clips that are suitable. Once that super useful table presented itself to me like magic, only then I even opened up YouTube. But right before searching for anything, I opened up my favorite free screen recording and the editing tool, CapCut, and dropped the voiceover from Speechello that I exported. And now the process was this simple. Using the table I generated in ChatGPT on the Stranger Things clips recommendations, since it's in order of the script, I just searched for them one by one on YouTube. When I found the clip on YouTube, I simply navigated to the scene I needed and then hit the screen recording button in CapCut. This way sped up the process even more because when I stopped each screen recording, the clip is now there in my timeline and I could shave off the parts that I don't need, making sure it lines up properly with the voiceover. Even though this was a YouTube short, less than 60 seconds, it did take a little bit longer than I expected. I'm not gonna lie, but it's only because I wanted it to come out really good. After that was done, and I added the auto captions, picking a template suitable to the theme. That was pretty much just a few clicks. What made a big difference in my opinion was the music and sound effects, which I also got for free on Pixabay. I did not want to make this complicated at all, so I just decided on about 4 different sound effects. But not your traditional noises. I figured because only really fans of this series would be watching these shorts, I decided to replace some of the standard sound effects with the popular Vecna's clock from the TV show. Based on these statistics, I think that was an awesome addition. The last thing was to find some intense background music similar to the trailers and the Stranger Things theme itself. So I went in search of this right here in Pixabay, searching for stuff like sci-fi, suspense, mystery, and ended up finding something just like the Upside Down itself. Dropped it onto the timeline, adjusted the levels, exported it, and immediately started uploading to YouTube. While it was just uploading, I thought of little adjustments to make to the title that can make it sound more interesting to click. And because of the super useful vidIQ tool, I got some suggestions and just ended up picking one because it actually sounded better than what I had. Now, right before I show you what the video looked like and how it performed in the first few hours as the very first YouTube short on this new channel, I'm letting you know that the full list of tools that I used to make the video is right here in the YouTube description, whereby you can rewatch this, use the tools and do this for yourself. You can literally steal this method for Star Wars, Marvel, any popular show really, once people are arguing in the comment section. Now, what actually happened when I uploaded this? 4,000 views on a new channel with 0 subscribers from one theory, one short, and this exact blueprint. Not too bad, right? But we still haven't answered the real question. Who dies in Stranger Things 5?
Love and Hawkins is not making it out of season 5 alive. These are my top 5 most heartbreaking death predictions in Stranger Things 5. Number 5, Vecna. Yeah, the safe pick, but the real pain isn't him dying. It's what 11 has to become to finish him. Number 4, Joyce Byers. The mom will cross dimensions for her son. I think she pays the final price to rip the Upside Down out of Will once and for all.